want your business to go to another level. You must try to learn and hear something new. So make the change today. So don't procrastinate and see your business grow and change. So check out Testing Results, yeah, with Tony Harris Taylor. Tony Harris Taylor. Testing Results, oh yeah, with Tony Harris Taylor. Yeah, yeah.
Welcome to the Drastic Franchise Connector Show. My name is Tony Harris Taylor, and I am the CEO and founder of Drastic Results Marketing and Sales Coaching, where I work with Zors to teach their Zs networking strategies so that they can turn their contacts into contracts. I also am a franchisee with Network in Action. I am the executive director of Multicultural Franchise Connectors, a brand new 501c3 that I formed by seeing a need in franchising to bring more women and people of color into franchising. And then also Drastic Franchise Matchmakers, where I am a certified franchise consultant and learning how to, or teaching people that franchising might be for them and helping people to find their right fit franchise. Welcome to today's show. Today, we're going to talk about connecting without expectation. And exactly what does that look like? I know one of the biggest challenges that I have is teaching entrepreneurs and franchisees that the more they connect, the more they get connected. Somehow, people have got it in their mind that they only should be on the receiving end of networking, not the giving end. But today, my guest, Steve Ramona, we're going to talk about why that's all wrong. Why the more you help people, the more people will want to help you. Listen, it's in the Bible. It says the more you give, there's more happiness in giving than there is in receiving. The more you give, the more you will receive. But somehow as entrepreneurs, we feel like we only should receive. I'm going to give you a quick little story. Bricks for Kids franchise hired me to be their speaker. Now, when franchises hire me as a speaker, I'm not just coming in there, deliver a keynote and leave. No, I come in, I do multiple speaking opportunities. I'm the awards person, whatever, the MC, whatever they need me to do. But I fell in love with the leadership of Bricks for Kids, and I really felt like I wanted to help them to grow. After that event, I met a gentleman who is a franchise consultant in Canada. Well, that was one of their target markets for Bricks for Kids. So I made the connection. I don't know what's going to come from it. And really, it's not up to me. All I need to do is listen on both sides. We want to grow in Canada. I'm in Canada helping franchises to grow. Connect. When I tell you that connection was golden, today, Bricks for Kids and my franchise consultant friend are in London closing deals. The very first deal he closed for Bricks for Kids was he sold the entire country of Vietnam. An area development deal. Just because I was listening to what both sides need. And yes, I'm proud to say I made that happen. Now, did I get any personal benefit from that except saying I made it happen? Directly, no. Indirectly, yes. Because I know I can go to either one of them at any time and ask for whatever I want. And I will get it. Because I looked out for them before even looking out for me. So today you're going to meet my guest who calls himself a super connector. And, when people call themselves super connectors, I'm like, yeah, right. You haven't met me yet. Oh, yeah, I've met my match. And we had a one-to-one. Someone thought we should meet. I don't even remember who, but someone thought we should meet. We had a one-to-one. He since has introduced me to 6, 7, 8 people. One of the people he introduced me to was having an event. I introduced her to 3 of my network, and they all came to her event. You see how that works? So stop worrying about what you're going to get and start giving more. We'll be right back with my guest, Mr. Steve Ramona. We're back with my guest, Steve Ramona. Welcome, Steve.
Well, thank you for having me, Tony. You are a ball of fire.
When I met someone at an event over the weekend, and he was like, "How old are you?" Wait a minute, young man. He was young. I was like, "You don't ask a mature woman how old she is." And he said, "Well, you just have so much energy and passion about what you're doing." And so the key there is I'm a ball of fire. I'm on fire because I know what I do changes the world. And so do you. So tell us who you are and what you do.
Steve Ramona, they call me a super connector. I didn't come up with that title. Tony's a super. There's a lot of people out there connecting. I've been doing it for 20, 25 years, doing exactly what you said in the monologue, Tony, putting people together and letting them flourish. It's the best feeling in the world. But the audience, the universe talks to you. I call God, and I know me and Tony have that faith. God will talk to you, and it's blessed me in so many ways. My podcast is more 684 shows in 2 years. People look at me and go, they say, wow. Part of that was my process of meeting people to build partnerships. What a better way, a one-on-one, highlighting somebody, putting them out to my network and asking, just like you said, those 2 people in Canada, I can ask my guests now, hey, I need some help. I need help here. I need help here. And billionaires were helping me and saying, I want to give you a bunch of money. You go do your thing. Just by treating people right and asking and networking and connecting.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Tell us about your podcast.
It's Doing Business with a Servant's Heart. Like I said, over 685 shows, and I've got 50 booked already through July. It's my guests. Yeah, I'm a facilitator. I think I do a really good job as a host because I want my guests to motivate, inspire, and educate people with incredible stories, incredible resources. I've had a guest on, Alfonso James, who was in prison 32 years. He never convicted the crime. He was never there. But through corruption and everything, he got stuck in this. But he came out as grateful as can be, and he's speaking around the world to help other prisoners who are wrongfully convicted. That's the impact with the servant's heart. Even if you spent 32 years in prison, he's out there still serving.
Correct. Very good. Well, I'm curious, how do you have 50 podcasts booked? Do you do one every day?
I do them now once a day. I did 3 today because it came that way, or 3 yesterday. I did 2 today. I've cut back because I've launched a company 5 months ago and it's taken a lot of my time. But I love doing them. I love connecting. It's my own little network. Every time a guest come on, you never know what you're going to find. And, I get so many, like this guy today, he said, you come out to Park City, I'm going to buy you dinner. We're going to make some stuff happen. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. But treating people right, edifying them, having them seen, listen, ask, listen. I've got this principle, Tony. Call it the ASLA principle. ASLA. Ask, shut up, listen, ask. And why I put shut up and listen in one shut up gets people like, wow, shut up. But how many people shut up are they really listening?
Correct.
That's, and you mentioned it earlier, which I love about you, is active listening is another word people use. We've got to listen because you can't help anybody. You can't serve people unless you know anything about them.
Correct.
It's impossible.
So listening with the intent of who can I connect them with? I mean, and on some level, I stopped short of saying it's a gift because I think people, when they hear that, they say, well, then I can't do it because I didn't get that gift. But the truth is, everybody can be a connector by just tuning in. And so I love that. ASLA, is that what it was?
ASLA, ASLA, ASLA principle.
Ask, shut up, listen, and ask again.
I love how you say shut up. I knew it'd come off your tongue so well when you said shut up.
Now, you also do some things, some other projects going on. So tell us about some of your other projects. Someone listening, I'm going to talk about that too, but go ahead.
Yeah, the podcast has led me to some wonderful connections, very successful people. And one of my projects is we just got the keys. I'm owning a casino with my partners, and we're building a city in Nevada. And it's near a lithium mine, which is going to mine billions of pounds of lithium for all our batteries and stuff. But here's the cool thing. Yeah, we're going to make money and it's pretty exciting, but we have an Indian reservation just a few miles away. We're going to get all of them jobs. We're going to get them taken care of.
Right.
And doing the right thing, social impact. And then we're also bringing renewable energy in so we can save the reservation money, save the mine money, and save the city money by using renewable energy.
So let me tell you about this renewable energy piece. So when Steve and I had our first networking meeting, I'm like, what are you working on? How can I help? He said, I'm working on this renewable energy project, and I'm looking for people around the U.S. who have 100 acres or more. So my first thing was, I don't know nobody with 100 acres. Why did I meet somebody the next 2 or 3 days later? So here's the deal. You don't have to know who you're going to connect them with at the moment. When you ask the question, what are you working on? How can I help? Automatically, these people show up. And I think I connected you to 2 people with 100 acres or more.
You did.
What is going to come of that is not up to me. But when I mentioned to them that someone is looking to talk renewable energy for their land, they were like, I've been thinking about that. Oh my gosh. I can't make this stuff up. I cannot make it up.
It's absolutely
help
true.
somebody else. And it may not even be the direct. Now, Steve's a connector, so he's been helping me. I've been referring him. But it may not even come back from that person. It's okay. The more you give, the more you'll receive. Now, why do you think, Steve, people don't want to give? Why do you think they're hesitant as entrepreneurs?
You're an incredible host. That is an incredible question. And people are like, well, I've said that or heard that. But here's the answer. We are so FOMO because we have bills to pay. We have expenses. I need to make money. Yeah, I can probably make really quick money this week. But I'm not really connecting. I'm just selling. I'm transactional. I want to be transformational. So audience, be transformational, not transactional. And people are afraid to even help people because I don't know what's going to happen. You said it earlier. Who cares? It's called an introduction. I walk
Correct.
away. I want to speak for you, Tony. I think you just said we walk away. If something happens, great. If nothing happens, great. We tried. That's all it is. Don't make anything more than that.
Correct. And so, yeah, they're so busy trying to get to the next dollar. they forget about others. If I could just transfer this, and I'm working on it. I am talking all the time to my clients about just listening for what other people need. Here's the other key. We network to build our network to help our network. So I show up to build a stack of people that I can then introduce to my network. And the more I do that, the more people. So when y'all see Tony is flying all over the country, she is doing events, she's speaking on stages, it's because somebody said my name when I was not in the room, because I said their name when they weren't in the room. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you take your business viral. So we're going to take a quick break and we'll come back, and I'm going to ask Steve the two questions that I ask everybody. The first answer is obvious, but we're going to come right back with my guest, Steve Ramona.
Another government job, or your own business. Decisions. Jobs are no longer secure. This is the reason you should consider your own business. Start from scratch? Risky. Franchising gives you a business with a blueprint, and 8 out of 10 are successful. Plus, 63% aren't food businesses. Some are even home-based. Options are power. Download your free guide and see if franchising is your next move.
We're back with my guest, Steve Ramona, the super connector, and I believe him because he's already made several connections for me. So, Steve, the obvious question: how has networking helped your business?
Well,
Seems like a stupid
I'm not
question.
a numbers guy, but I've got 5.5 billion in projects I'm working on because of my networking. Would never have happened if I didn't connect a network. It's a lot of money. I'm not making 5 billion, but I'm working with some large projects because people reached out because, like you said so well, Tony, somebody said my name and somebody else said, hey, we need to connect. And boom, I got this project in Texas, $800 million project. They're working with us. The value you bring is excitement, energy, and resource. And I want to add this. People are like, I don't have a large network like you, Steve. You've probably heard that too, Tony. Like, I don't have a network like you.
All the time.
You don't have to have that. Just have resources. Hey, I learned from this successful business guy. I do this now. I just started doing this in my personal life, and it changed me. And I'm going to be very personal. I'm a very open person. I was diagnosed with diabetes 8 weeks ago. Where it bothered me. I was like, what? So I dived into my network of doctors, and I've been fasting. And, I didn't know anything about it, but I love it. I'm down 25 pounds, and I've dropped my sugar out of the diabetes zone in 8 weeks. It usually takes 6 months. But the whole story with that is I was able to go into my network and reach out to people. Who do you know that could help me?
Correct.
That's life-changing because diabetes could be very serious.
Correct. And you make a good point. And this is a point I teach all the time. Build your network before you need them. You never know when you're going to need somebody. So why do you show up today? To build the network you will need tomorrow. No, I don't need you today. But tomorrow, life be life, and I just might need that person. So you have to show up, build a connection. And it's easy for them to take your call. It's even easier when you've already done something for them. And even if you don't need them today, I love that story because you had a Rolodex. I know I'm dating myself. You had a CRM full of people that you could just call on, and they know you, they like you, they trust you, they took your call, and it's life-changing because you've lost 25 pounds. I can't stand you right now as a man because y'all lose weight so fast, get on my nerves. Y'all just think about losing weight, stop drinking sodas, and all of a sudden it's 25 pounds. Anyway, I digress.
Well, and I want to add to this because this whole story, one of my guests who I told him my story because I learned a lot about him on the podcast. That's why I love podcasting. And I know you do too. He gave me a bunch of stuff for free. He said, Steve, man, I love you. Within 40 minutes, he goes, Steve, here, take this. That'll help you with what you've got. And it's helped me. And I sent an email and I thanked him, bought his book. We don't do this to get stuff, but you will get stuff. I get probably like you books like crazy that I get to read from my podcast guests. Don't do it for that, but that's the repercussion.
That's the byproduct, right? And there's another key point you said there. You do your podcast, video cast, because I know it's a video as well, to build that connection so that I've sold to my podcast guest, right? So if you are struggling with lead generation, start a podcast, start a video cast, invite them as guests, invite your target market as guests, and they just might do business with you. I love this.
I'll give your audience a free gift. I'm going to be a servant's heart here. I do a free 1-hour podcast workshop. I mentor people that want to do a podcast every month. April 23rd is my next workshop. You come in for free. There's never a charge. I don't sell you anything. I just want to focus on anybody there. How can I build your podcast?
Well, I may come to that. So send me the invite. All right. The second question, and this one I'm not sure I know the answer to. What's the biggest drastic step you've ever taken in life or business?
Man, there's been so many.
I know.
Probably the one I'll think of right away is starting my own business.
Okay.
I'm going to tie in networking with this, and you're going to fall in love with this. An audience listen to this. So I ran a health club with my family for 20 years, met a bunch of people, thousands of people, built a massive network, working the front desk, walking the fitness center. So then I started a restaurant. I didn't start it. My friend reached out and said, again, in my network, and said, Steve, you're not working. Come work at my restaurant. Well, I was going to college. I needed a part-time job. Well, you know what I did? I jumped into that restaurant. And I said, Jim, no problem. And, I reached out to my whole network of thousands of people and said, I am launching a restaurant. Come see me. Within 5 months, we were the largest restaurant, the fastest growing restaurant on that street. People are like, why is there lines out the door? Because all those relationships I built during the health club journey, they're all coming in to see me. Oh my God, it's been a while. It's been years. I missed you. And they come and eat.
Build the network before you need them. Build it before they come.
There you go. I just proved it right there.
There you go.
Yeah.
So if people want to be a guest, I have lots of servants in my network. So if people want to be a guest or they want to get in touch with you, how should they do that?
They can email me at stevr1961@gmail.com or search me on LinkedIn, Steve Ramona, Ramona. You see it on the screen. I answer all my texts. I do it all myself. DMs, and I always forget that. I call them text. I'm an old guy. Like, you're young. I'm old. But yeah, just reach out. Email me. If you want to be part of this podcast mentoring workshop, I'll just add you to the invite, and you'll get an invite for the 23rd. And I just do it every month, and I just remind everybody every month to do that.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Steve, for taking time out of your busy schedule to come and share our superpower of being connectors and why it's so important. And you just practice, everybody. You may not be a super connector today, But all you got to do with, as with anything, is just start. Just start and trust the process. That's another one. Trust the process. The more you connect, the more others will connect with you. All right. Well, thank you so much, Steve. I appreciate you. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back with my final thoughts.
If you think franchising isn't for you, think again. Here's how Multicultural Franchise Connectors is changing the game. At Multicultural Franchise Connectors, we believe in the power of diversity to transform the franchising industry. Our mission? To empower underserved multicultural communities with the knowledge, resources, and connections they need to confidently explore franchising opportunities. Did you know that less than 15% of franchisees are minority-owned? But we're not stopping there. MFC's 4 pillars: guide successful business owners in franchising their operations, help potential franchisees interested in purchasing franchise businesses, support business owners to supply their services to franchises, or assist individuals to secure employment opportunities within franchise corporate offices. MFC is designed to break down barriers and open doors. Through comprehensive workshops, mentorship programs, networking events, and expert consultations, we're paving pathways to economic empowerment and community growth. And come 2027, we'll be offering grants to help you secure the financial support you need. Join us today and become part of a thriving multicultural franchise community. Visit multiculturalfranchise.org for more information. Empower your future. Empower your community. Together, we're making franchising dreams a reality.
So I'm so excited about Multicultural Franchise Connectors, MFC. We are officially launching. We've already filed the 501c3 with the IRS. I don't know how long that's going to take, but we're moving forward anyway to help more women and people of color and veterans and pre-retirees and millennials to come into franchising. And so we're doing that through education and resources. If you would like to download my book, my ebook, go to drasticfranchise.com and you can get my ebook there. You can join our school community. School is a platform that gathers people together. School, SKOOL.com/MFC. I'll put that up next week. But this is a movement. It's a movement. I saw a need and I'm filling that need. And if you know anyone who maybe recently lost their job and they are looking to start a business, I'll say, send them to me, connect them with me, and let's talk about how franchising can jumpstart their entrepreneurial journey. Listen, that was a fabulous show. When two like-minded people come together, magic happens. And Steve and I are definitely of like minds. We want to help you to be more successful through connections. Don't hesitate to make a connection with someone. And I've heard all the things. Well, what if they don't do what they say they're going to do? That's not up to you. It's not up to you. You just make the connections because the person who you connected them to will know you have a servant's heart. This is Tony Harris Taylor saying, take a drastic step today for a fantastic tomorrow, and we'll see you next week. Bye.